I'm Sean.
I'm Henry.
And I'm Maddie, and we're Team Purple from Section 1 of Engineering 6, and this is our final project.
Audio sampler. Alright, so the first thing to make our audio sampler work is you're going to need to load the samples. So the samples can be WAV files or MP3 files, but they have to be in the same folder as the MATLAB file. So what you do is you type down the audio file that you want to use. We used gaga.wave, and then what you do is you load it. And that can work for all 9 of these load buttons, and it can store up to 9 audio files. So that's how we load our samples. Okay, so once you have the audio file that you want to use loaded, you have to select which file. Out of all 9 of the files, you can select up to each of the 9, or the 10th chop sample one, which we'll talk about later. Once you select your sample that you want to use, you can select the type of playback you want. You can have stereo or mono, and you can select the volume you want. The volume ranges from 0 being muted to 1, which is full volume. You can use a slider, or you can type the actual value that you want for your volume, and both of them will work just the same. Once you have all that set, you can press play and the audio file will play. If you want the audio file to stop, press stop at any time.
Alright, so our audio sampler also has a variety of effects, and our effects include sample reversal, which pretty much you play the song and it reverses the song by, it flips up and down, use a flip up and down function. It flips up and down the audio signal that is taken in by the audio sampler. And our delay, what it does is that our delay pretty much just replays like a specified amount of milliseconds of the song that already happened, and it just repeats and then it just fades away. So that's what the delay does. Tone control, it kind of filters the higher frequency, so it makes it sound more compressed. It compresses the audio signal. Speed up, it 50% more the speed that will normally play, so that also increases the frequency. It'll just play, the song just plays faster. Voice removal is an effect that removes the voice from the song that you're playing. It's not 100% effective though, because it only works if you're playing under stereo, but if it's playing on mono, it wouldn't work, since in the code we subtracted the left and right speakers in order to remove the voice. And that logic is based on, because most songs are written with the voices playing on both speakers at the same time. So if you played voice removal through mono, then there will be no signal at all, since you're subtracting the left from the right speaker. But if you play it through stereo, the difference is we'll just play the instruments, but the voice will be removed. At least most of it will be removed. Alright, so we also have another effect, which is called song percent speed. The song percent speed is an effect where you input on a text box between 25 or 200, the percent you want the song to play at. So you can play at 200%, which sounds pretty funny when you play through, or 25%, which is super slow. It also comes with a slider, so you can also slide between 25 and 200. This is 200, this is 25. So as you slide through, it just displays the number between 25 and 200, which is the percent speed also. So those are pretty much all the effects that you can do. So now how to get the effects onto the song. Alright, so obviously, of course, you need to write what song you want to play, you need to load it, and then you need to click on the sample number and click which specific number that you loaded the sample onto in the sample box. And then once you have that loaded on, it loads the user data. Now you can add effects onto there, which I explained all that already. And what's cool about this audio sampler is that you can overlap the effects, so you can, every time you put an effect, you would press play, and then that effect is already saved onto the song, and you can press another effect, and then, which is over here, you just pick another effect, and you press play, and then that effect overlaps the other, so you have 2 effects going, you can keep going and going. But if you want to just play a song with one effect, and just change it like after you already like say you have a lot of effects going on in a song and you just want one effect to go again. In order to do that, you need to press stop to the song unless it's over. Then you have to reload the sample again in order to get the original audio format of the song. And then you can just change the effects all over again. And
Another feature that our audio sampler has is the chop feature, which allows you to select a sample, put in like a new start and a new end time to like the sample in seconds. It only works in seconds. And then you chop that, chops the sample, brings down here. You just have to select the chop sample to play it. Another cool thing about our thing is once you chop the sample, you can use that sample and add effects to the chopped sample. Now we're going to show you an example of how our audio sampler works.
yeah, I'm going to play a song from Queen's called Another One Bites the Dust. So I'm just going to load it on this type sample right here. Just type in the wave file. Queen.wave. Then I'm pressing the load button, click, and select sample, selecting sample 1 since it was typed in the first box. Now, pressing play. And as you can see, song's playing. Yeah. Now I'm pressing the stop button. So now we're gonna demonstrate the chopping of the song. So in order to do that, we're gonna reload again. So just it's already in there. Load. Pressing sample 1 from the sample playback, and now also on the upper left box on select sample to chop, you have to select that you're chopping sample 1. And there's a start seconds and end seconds. So we're starting on 45. Second 45, and we're stopping on second 60. And now the user needs to press chop, the button chop, right up there. And on the select sample playback, actually, not 1, you have to pick chopped sample, which is one of the options that comes from the list box. Now that everything's there, we're gonna press play, and as you can see, it's gonna start later. So it started like pretty much at the chorus already, where the song starts at the verse. So yeah, it's playing second 45, and it's going to end at second 60, which is right there. That was about 15 seconds long. Okay, so now we're going to add an effect on here. So in order to do that, we are going to go straight to the effects box. Since everything's already there, it's already chopped up, we don't have to do everything all over again. And we're going to click on speed up. Click on speed up. So this pretty much is going to speed the song up by 150%. So press and play. It's pretty funny. It's like chipmunk, you know.
And how do we get it back to normal?
Okay, so now that all the effects are on there and you want to hear the original song again, all you have to do is click load again, because you want to load the original file. You want to click on select sample to play, which you're going to select sample 1 since you loaded it on the first sample area. And then all you have to do now is just press play. So now starting from the very beginning, it's the original song. And yep, there you go, there's a demonstration. I just pressed stop and stop there. So, yep.